I'm really excited that you're here, and it'd be really great if you could just let me know that you are here by just writing a comment in the box below so that, you know, I can acknowledge that you've taken time out of your day today to be here as well. So the first thing I've got today, I've actually got a question for you, and the question that I have for you is what is it that you want to change to create more in your life, and what's stopping you from achieving it? So a really big question, and it's a really important question to be asking yourself. So ladies, if you hang around today and stay till the end of this video, then you'll receive a link to my free online training that I'm going to offer you today just for being here and being present. And if you register for the free online training, you'll also receive a special gift. So you do need to stay till the end to actually find out what that gift is. So I'm really excited to share that with you. But first of all, just who am I? So I'm Donna Ferguson. I am the CEO of Unique Vibrations, the producer and host of Unique Vibrations Unleash Your Inner Self TV show. I'm a rapid success therapist for vibrational alignment. So just briefly, that's who I am. But today I want to talk about some really important things in your life, and, you know, 3 areas of your life, whether you're in business or not. This applies to every woman that I know. And it's a really common thing that a lot of women struggle with. So, you know, it's the 3 constants that are in your daily life, you know, almost every day, and what they mean. So today we're going to talk to you about chance, we're going to talk to you about choice, and we're going to talk to you about change. So starting off with, you know, another little thing to think about is, did you know that your biggest and most persistent blockages that you experience in life actually come from you? Now, I say that with the utmost respect because, you know, I've been there. Everything that I do is because I've walked that path. I've been in those shoes and I understand. So that's what I gift forward to the women that I work with and that I, you know, build my tribe with, because I do understand, and I can honestly say that, you know, having gone through that journey, I'm blessed to be able to share that wonderful gift with the women that choose to come along on the ride, you know, on the journey with me, because it's really all about being able to give them something, avoiding those costly time mistakes, but also the financial mistakes that you can make. So that's what I'm here for, and this is why I choose to talk about the things that I talk about, because I know and I understand them. So, you know, again, I've been there, and I know that all the blocks that anybody holds on to or that has that, and often it's, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And people will say to me, I don't have any blocks. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, and then something will come up, and then why can't I push through that? Well, that's because there's a block of some sort there. So, you know, we've got to really look at how those emotions and feelings were all suppressed during your lifetime, and, you know, how we work around that. So I'm going to start off with chance. So what's chance? Who believes in chances? If you believe in chances, please make a comment. Throw me a heart, you know, a thumbs up, a like, whatever. Just let me know that you're there. Hi, Kerry, how are you? Thanks for coming along today. And so, you know, it's really important that, sorry, I just got very sidetracked there. You know, if you believe in chances, please let me know, because, you know, your comments are really important to me. The feedback that you give me are really, really important to me as well, so that, you know, I know what you ladies are, wonderful ladies, are interested in, and I can, you know, keep making sure that I keep you interested by, talking about things that interest you. And, again, it's the chances, for me, taking a chance is all about a leap of faith. It's about, embracing what you're passionate about and being able to make that happen. And, there is a chance that it won't work. But you know what? There's also a chance that it will work. And that's what's important. How do you create the chance that will work? So what is your commitment? You know what? What are you passionate about? Let me know. Make a comment. Tell me what you're passionate about and what is your commitment to that. It was interesting that, everybody's belief in what they have to commit to and how they go about that is different. So, it brings up one of the most common choices for me, and it's all about the blocks. It's about the self-sabotage. If you really want to truly make something happen, then all the self-sabotage blocks that keep coming up that you've held on to previously, have to be dealt with in a way that you understand why it happens and how you can move past that permanently. And that's massive. It's really important that you know that and that you can work through that. But it's really important not just to release that stuff. It's important to be able to understand why it happens, understand what happens and what occurs, at the very start of that process. And sabotage doesn't just happen and then you sabotage yourself. It's usually over a period of time. So it's knowing that first little bit, that first notion, that first thought, that first whatever it is that you have absolutely, taken into your subconsciousness that's coming through to your conscious mind and being able to stop that. So, the important question, I guess, again, is, what's your vision in your business or your life? And what is your mission? And do you even know what the real answers to those questions are? It's important to know what that is. And the only way you can do that is to drill down into that and really know exactly what it is that you're looking for. So, Kerry's with us today, and she's in real estate, and it's important to know, that's an ideal situation where, Kerry, you're dealing with customers all the time, and it's important to know that you've got to understand, if they've got a block by the conversations that you have with them and how to push through those. So, it's a really important service that you provide, because it's more than just a service. It's not just somebody buying a house or selling a house. You've got to understand all those reasons why they're doing that, and that's hugely important. So, kudos to you, my dear, for really, understanding what that is when you do have a client, and, I'm sure it makes a huge difference in the way that you sell, or, the way that your prospective buyers are there. So, it's huge. So, as I said, you move through then to the second C in life, and that's all about choices. There's choices, you can take a leap of faith, or you can choose to stay where you are. But whatever the choices are that you make, those choices have consequences. Some are good, some are bad. But it's all up to you. The choices that you make are really your decisions, and whatever happens after that is really something that you need to look at and say, well, what did I do to make that happen? That was a great success. Or, how did I slip up there so that it didn't actually provide me with the results that I wanted? So that's really important to go through those too. And, whether or not the choice is to make a decision one way or the other, it's important to know, do you really want it? Is it something that's really important that you must have now? Choices, sometimes we just say yes because, we don't know how to say no to that particular person. understand that it's okay to say no. And, again, let me know in the comments that, what is it that you want in life, and do you know how to go about really making those things happen with the choices that you're making? What will it take for that to happen? What do you have to do to actually make those choices the right choices and, achieve the results that you want? What is it? What is it that you will do to make those things happen? And, some people really like to see different results, but they're not prepared to put in the work. And therefore, the choices they're making aren't really changing anything. So my answer to that question, when I'm doing something that I choose to do and that I'm passionate about and that I really want to make a difference with, is whatever it takes. So whatever that takes, I will make that decision. And also, I was at a meeting this morning, and one of the topics of conversation that came up was all about, the business and how to have the best results with staff. And, you have to make some really important choices at the beginning of that process when you're employing staff. And one of the major things that came up from a number of the different business owners was that, it's all about the culture that you create at the beginning of the process. So again, you're making choices that encourage your prospective staff to understand exactly what you are. So for me as well, there's three C's in life that are really important, but also it's amazing how much difference you can make by creating the culture and standing by that, whatever that takes as well. So just interestingly enough, that came up this morning at a meeting, and I was really, really thrilled to hear it, because it really does make a massive difference. 2 speakers I've listened to probably in the last 2 weeks that have all brought that sort of information to a really good place for business owners, and about really being able to make that difference by creating the start of the process all about culture and the expectations, and not varying from that, and protecting the culture in your business, whatever that takes. So, that's really important, and it's really important that it's staff live by that as well. So, that's amazing. So facts from research that I looked at as well also say that the choices or the decisions that you make in a day, there's 35,000 different decisions that you make. And again, I come back to those decisions or choices have consequences, good or bad. So what is it that you want from that? And, that's a lot of decisions that you're making in one day. So there's what if you had an opportunity to reduce the number of decisions that you make, or the less important decisions that you make, to allow more time and space for 35,000 important decisions to be made. So, the types of decisions, what are we going to eat? What are we going to wear? What are we going to buy? What do we believe in? What jobs are we going to look at? Or career choices are we going to make? Who are you going to spend time with? Etc., etc. And they all seem like they're automated decisions, but they're not really. If you could just look at one decision per day that you could eliminate, so you didn't have to waste important decisions on that, then, I would say one of them, there's some very successful people out there that literally wear the same type of clothes every single day, so they don't have to think about the choice. So that's simplifying it really a long way. But it's, if you had you had all the basics, the classic basics in your wardrobe. You had the jacket, the trousers, the skirt, the dress, all matching, that, you know, that you could interact, you know, plain colors, nothing fancy, you know, your blacks, your navies, your grays, whatever it is that you've got. If you had those things in your wardrobe and you had the shirts to go with them and you had them all sitting in on a hanger, so that you just took one hanger out, you wouldn't even have to think about that choice. So that's just an example that, you know, one hanger per day, you can take it out. You've got everything that you need. You don't have to think about it. It's not a decision you're making because the decision's already made. You've got a classic black skirt, black jacket, white shirt, all sit in there. You know that that's the classic that you're going to have every day for your business, and you just pull that hanger out. How amazing is that? It's just simple. It's one simple decision you don't have to make, and you can utilize your 35,000 decisions in a way that are going to actually give you the results that you want. So that's massive. Excuse me. Goodness me, this Brisbane weather that we're having at the moment has been quite cool. And I can definitely tell you I've got some really thick socks on underneath my desk today. So I just thought I'd share that. But another way to less complicate, I suppose, your life is to determine what part of the day are you most creative, or do you make the best decisions? Is it first thing in the morning or is it later in the afternoon? And plan your day so that those time slots are utilized to make the important decisions that you need to make every day. And that way you're going to have the most valuable information put to you or brought to you, or that you work on, to avoid having to think when you're tired or you're not at your best operating self. And so that's a really important plan to make for your day as well. Just set that up so that that part of the day is specifically for making all your really important decisions, and to know that, you know, that you're going to make the best decisions possible with the best outcomes. So really, really important. Once you can get all your choices or your decisions, you know, going, then, you know, everything starts to change. And this is the only real constant that you will experience in life. And sometimes that even happens when you're not even aware of it going on. Changes can be so subtle and yet so major. They can have major effects regardless of what that is. So, you know, it's unless you've started to already unleash your inner self, then it's very common to go through life pretty much oblivious to what's going on. You know, you're not aware of what your subconscious mind is bringing into your consciousness. And, you can just waste so much time and sabotage so much of your life, procrastinate over things that you don't need to. To make a change, again, understanding the habits that you have every single day are really key to understanding how and why you sabotage yourself, why you procrastinate, why your behaviors might not be where you want them to be, why you're coming up against the same blocks day in and day out, week in and week out, etc. It's really important to know all of that. So that brings us to the third C in your life, and that's all about change. Keep life simple. I can't stress that enough. Too many people overthink and overcomplicate their daily routine. And, you know, that really does have a major effect on your ability to achieve. So just again, is sabotage, procrastination, behaviors all part of your routine? Let me know, because I can definitely do so much more work on particular areas. When I do these shows, I try and cover some key elements that aren't too complicated. Myself, when I'm trying to learn new stuff, I like to keep it really simple. I like to break it down and have the information so it's not overwhelming. And I try and give that back to my tribe as well, because for me, you being able to understand and take that on without that feeling of overwhelm is super important. So, you know, that's why I like to kind of keep things a little bit simple. And, you know, I can spend hours and hours talking about a particular subject. That's not a problem for me at all. But I don't think it's really right to do it on the show. And I think there's a lot more that can be done through that, more one-on-one. So overcoming the fear of the answers to the questions that you have will actually help you to overcome the blocks that are actually holding you back every single day. And, you know, once you can recognize and understand that, then you can truly make big, massive changes in your life. So I guess a question before we wrap up would be, tell me what you're going to change to create more in your life, and how are you going to be able to do this? You know, what is it that you want out of life? How are you going to make those changes, and how are you going to, you know, create that and make it happen? So all these habits are very basic, and the realization of overcoming the fears that are attached to it. You know, such simple techniques. I've done them myself. I know they work. I don't do anything, as I said at the beginning, I don't do anything that or ask my tribe to do or my followers to do if I haven't done it myself. Because to me, I can only get what I've already gone through. And I've walked a massive journey, and I've overcome a lot of adversity in my life. And, you know, it's important for me that I can actually help you do the same. So, you know, to do that, I did mention to you at the beginning of this that if you're really serious about wanting to create more in your life, then please register, and I will put the link in for you. Please register for my free online training, where you will get some massive tips and strategies on how to create more in your life. And unleash your inner self, become that warrior princess that you've always dreamed of, and learn so much more. And also, one thing I did say, there was a special gift at the end of this. You'll receive, if you register for my free online training, you will receive a 15-minute power call from myself once you've registered for the training and the training is done. When you're on board with that training, I will definitely be able to sort out a time to do a 15-minute call. Now, if you're not in Brisbane, I'm more than happy to do that via Zoom or Skype or whatever needs to be done. But you know, that's an amazing offer in itself to help you remove some of those blocks that you may not know that you have, that but you do know that you're limited at the moment where you're sitting. So also, ladies, look, I have an amazing exclusive one-day experience coming up for women on the 27th of July. We have 4 incredible speakers. We've got Amanda Foy, the emotional strength trainer. Wow, doesn't she do some incredible work with being able to release so much out of you, and so that you're able to move forward. I've done some work with Amanda. She's incredible. She will be there, and she is, you know, you'll just love her. There's Linda Conyard, who is really an expert in her field. She's so qualified with doing inner work for female entrepreneurs and business owners. And again, you know, I've worked with Linda as well, and she does so quick and incredible techniques to be able to really understand and remove anything that might be blocking you. Louise Geary, who is Activate Your Feminine, she will give you brilliant balance between, you know, yourself and where you're at and where you need to be, and some real clarity on what to do to move forward. And again, I've worked with Louise as well. And of course, myself, champion of women, overcoming adversity, and I've already unleashed my inner self, and that's why I'm able to create this TV show and really put forward some valuable information for you guys, because it's important for me that I share a gift that will help other women. That's the most important thing for me. So thank you all again for being here. If you've got any questions, please just ask while we're just getting this wrapped up. I'm happy to answer any questions. If there's anything at all, please let me know. We are here every Thursday at midday. We are talking about a different topic every week, and there's some amazing information that's coming through. Things will get more and more in depth as we go through, because it's like a learning process where if you put it all together, you'll create this amazing journey that you're on. And I'm really blessed that you've come through and joined us today. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Tune in next Thursday for the Unique Vibrations Midday Show, Unleash Your Inner Self. I really do look forward to seeing you all there. And don't forget, I will put the link in. Register for my free online training, absolutely free. Honestly, there's some amazing information that you'll get from that. And there might even be a gift or two in that as well. So I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks so much. And, enjoy the rest of your week.